I think most of the Islamic clerics in the North are the very bane of the problems that the North is facing. The religious intolerance that is persistent in the North are caused by them. The fact that religious clerics can instill in people's mind to regard life as takeables, as dispensable, life as dispensable, is a great threat to the national consciousness of Nigeria. As a cleric, the very fundamental purpose of religion is to steer man into the righteous way of life. It's to steer man to respect life. It's to steer man to become another brother's keeper. Any deviation from that becomes a cult. Religion is not supposed to be destructive. Religion is not supposed to brew hate. But in the case of Nigeria, some Islamic clerics are agents of hate. You see, it's just that Nigeria is a lawless country that people like this are supposed to be arrested, jailed. If you are a cleric, whether pastor, bishop, imam, or sheikh, and your purpose as a cleric is to brew hatred into people, cause chaos, you should be rotting behind bars. If your religious practice does not bring about emulating consciousness of people, brotherhood, love, peace, you should be behind bars. I don't support the annihilation of anybody, irrespective of his tribe, race, or religion. I love Muslims, I love Christians. But if by abiding to your faith, you are going to cause mayhem to other peace-loving Nigerians, then you have to be taken out. I don't care whether if you are a Christian, if you become a menace, you should be taken out. If you are a Muslim and you become a menace, you should be taken out. There's no sentiments about this. We have lived with this for too long, and it's time it ended. It is time this thing stopped.
You see, I think at this point, it's beginning to get to a point where we're beginning to call for the separation of the country if the need be. Because we cannot have a country where everybody cannot be treated equally. We cannot say we have a country where some are untouchable, some have immunity to whichever crime they deem fit to commit. You get the point? How can somebody in the light of Sheikh Gumi, who already know his role, his involvement, his support for terrorism and all of that, and he's still untouched? Now, as we speak now, he's now issuing threats to Nigeria and the federal government that if they refuse to make peace with bandits, they should be ready for war. I don't understand. I've asked before, would it have been the same case if Gumi was an Igbo man? No, would it have been the same if Gumi was an Urobo man? What if he was from Edo? Would he have this immunity and privileges? Okay, just look at what he has said now. He said, reject the call for peace or be prepared to endure the brutality of war. Sheikh Gumi wants Nigeria and Nigerian government. I don't know if he said, because he has been calling that Nigerian government should make peace, as in we should all kneel down to beg bandits. So he said that if we reject that peace deal, we should be prepared to endure the brutality of war. And the DSS is dumb and deaf at this. Look at the Katsina state government that have had peace deal with bandits. How are they faring? How is it going over there? How peaceful is Katsina state now? You don't pamper terrorists. You don't make peace with them. You destroy them. That is what Russia do. That is what America do. That's what they do in China. That's what Israel will do. That's what North Korea will do. But it has gotten to Nigeria because we have a terrorist political party called APC with a terrorist government. The likes of Sheikh Gumi can publicly say things like this and nothing happens. Obviously, this is not the Nigeria we are fighting for. This is not the Nigeria we intend to have. This is not our Nigeria we used to know. Who the hell is Sheikh Gumi that has become bigger than the country? Hey, just imagine if I would now say a thing half of this. Because I'm only quoting Sheikh Gumi now. I wouldn't even be surprised that they will come for me for even quoting what Sheikh Gumi have said. I don't know which kind of stupid people we have. Please, the international community, I was supposed to be calling on Donald Trump again for Sheikh Gumi because it's obvious that Nigeria have failed. Sheikh Gumi is bigger than the Nigerian government. He's bigger than the entire Nigerian Security Agency, the law enforcement agency. Sheikh Gumi has become untouchable and this guy is doing too much. Sheikh Gumi is a known terrorist. He is a terrorist. See, not just a terrorist sympathizer, he is a terrorist himself. and the DSS are looking for somebody that have posted under a post or have commented under a post on Twitter. No better for now, honestly. You see, for those of you looking at this evil and looking the other way around, you will not end well, because you all might think you are in power now. You can use it to oppress. Because if this is happening from any other region, if Gumi is from any other part of the country other than a Fulani, he would be in DSS underground cell to speak now. But guess what? He's untouchable. He said if you reject to beg full terrorists, you should be ready to endure the brutality of war. And Sheikh Gumi is still granting press interview and they're walking free, having police and military guiding him. Nigeria is indeed a joke. It will get to a point we'll all begin to raise the awareness. Say, let's break this country into pieces. It's definitely not functioning as one. Obviously, it's not working. And I think we'll pretend enough. What kind of rubbish is this? The more we try to fix a country, some animals with the backing of the authority, because if Sheikh Gumi is not having the backing of the people in government, he will not be doing things like this, and he is having immunity, untouchable. I don't get it. Please, my people, I don't know what you think about it. If things like this does not annoy you as a Nigerian, then you are not a Nigerian. You are the non-living things I always talk about. This should be very, very annoying. If Sheikh Gumi was an Urobo man, if he was an Edo man, if he was an Igbo man, would he dare this?
They are going nowhere. They are part of us and we are part of them. We must live with them. You can't drive them away and they can't drive us away. They are our neighbors, so we should never allow them to be our enemies. And if my enemy states by our actions we have turned them into enemies, then we are finished. Because our real enemy will use them against us. As your real enemy will use your neighbor against you. And nobody knows your secret more than your neighbor. He knows when you come back and when you go out. So we should never allow herdsmen to be our enemies.
Guys. Who is this guy? Who is this guy called Sheikh Gumi? Who is this guy that have the authority, the audacity to speak on behalf of Nigeria like we don't have a president? The guy that have the authority to say that bandits, terrorists, herdsmen, kidnappers from the north that are terrorizing Nigeria economy, that are terrorizing the survival of the Nigerians who are farmers in the north, that are bringing down the economy of a nation that is so great, that is making the nation to look caricature. Who is this guy that the federal government of Nigeria cannot arrest him? Now you can agree with me that this guy is not a terrorist sympathizer. He is a terrorist by all looking. He is a terrorist pretending to be a terrorist sympathizer. You cannot be a negotiator between the federal government and the terrorists, and at the same time you are saying things to favor terrorists. Who is this guy? Where is Tinubu? Is Tinubu the president of Nigeria, or Sheikh Gumi is the president of Nigeria? For those of you peace lovers in the northern part of Nigeria that are quiet, allowing this guy to be saying things like he doesn't like the progress of Nigeria, that is saying that terrorists, bandits cannot be arrested or taken out of Nigeria, especially those ones that don't come from Nigeria. If you're a bandit, you're a terrorist, and you don't come from Nigeria, you come from neighboring country, you should be taken out of Nigeria, because even though you are a Fulani, does not give you the right to claim Nigeria like you think your Fulani brothers in Nigeria are saying. They don't have the right on who becomes Nigeria. If you want to become a Nigerian, you should go through the due process with the immigration and the government system that allow you to become a Nigerian. No one man should be allowed to determine who is in Nigeria or not. So we are calling on the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Who is this guy that cannot be arrested and tried for terrorism? Because from the look of things, from the way he acts, the way he talk, the way he sympathizes with this terrorist group, saying that they are part of us and nobody should allow them go. He is not a sympathizer, rather is a terrorist.
One Nigeria is the biggest lie ever told to Nigerians on that planet Earth. Yes, you heard me right. There is nothing like one Nigeria. Nigeria is not one. Nigeria has never been one. And Nigeria will never be one. The earlier you start asking and calling for a break in this country, Nigeria, the better for all of us. Yes, the earlier this country break for every region to go their separate way and have their own independence, the better for all of us. Let me tell you, Fulanis own this country called Nigeria, and they are the only one asking for Nigeria to remain united as one country. They are saying that a united Nigeria is sacrosanct. This is what the Northerners are saying, the Fulanis precisely, because they are the only ones benefiting from our unity. Every other region in this country does not benefit. Now let me show you this. Let me show you what Gumi posted today on his Facebook page. He said, people who reject the call for peace would have no option but to face and endure the consequences of war. This is what Gumi posted. Is this man not being seen by DSS? Why is DSS not arresting Gumi? He's been saying and defending terrorists in the open. He's telling Nigerian government to bow down to terrorists. Yes, he's telling them to negotiate with these terrorists or face the consequences of their brutality, of their killings, of war from the hands of terrorists, Fulani terrorists. Just imagine for once that Gumi is not a Fulani man. Just imagine he was from other region of this country called Nigeria. Do you know what would have happened by now? He would have been long arrested. In fact, they could have even arrested him with EFCC. We are not even talking about DSS. They would have arrested him with any other security agencies that is possible, that is available. But as we speak now, DSS are so blinded. Like they are blind, deaf, and they are dumb. Bola Ahmed Tinubu can't arrest Gumi because the Fulanis are indeed the government. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is only with the title of the president. He doesn't act as one. He doesn't even have power. His powers are only within some ordinary Nigerians. His power does not cover these Fulanis. I can tell you that for free. And before I forget, let me tell you, the Fulanis, the Northerners are the one asking for a united Nigeria, saying one Nigeria is sacrosanct. Let me tell you why. Just imagine what is currently going on in this country. The oil in the southern part of Nigeria is being used. The resources from this crude oil is being used in the entire country called Nigeria. In every region, the money from the crude oil that is being gotten from the southern part of Nigeria, especially the south, the oil money that is coming from there is being used for the entire country. Yes, including Zamfara, Kano, Kaduna, Bauchi, and the rest. This money is being shared almost equally, even with the host state that has all this oil. But you see the gold in Zamfara, this money is not being used for the benefit of the entire country. It's being used by a section that has this gold. This oil, this gold in Zamfara is not being used in the generality of Nigeria, but the Northerners have access to the wealth of the southern part of Nigeria. Why won't they be asking for one Nigeria when they have access to your wealth, and you that is in south, you do not have access to their wealth? To the southern part of Nigeria does not benefit from the natural resources the north is blessed with, but the north is benefiting from the natural resources the south is blessed with. Why won't they continue to insist on one Nigeria? To those of you supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, can't you see what Gumi is doing? You cannot say anything. Your government is incompetent. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is so incompetent and clueless. He shouldn't be in governance. He has no business there. And to those of you supporting this government, it shall never be well with you. Even when you see the obvious. You are saying this, you cannot say anything. Tell us why Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot arrest Gumi. As far as Gumi is concerned, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is even answerable to Gumi and Sultan of Sokoto. The Fulanis, they call the shot. They are in charge. But Nigeria must break. That is the only solution at this point in time.
Welcome back. Let's just say this guy is higher, tougher than the government of Nigeria. This plan is a plan that is planned between government and Gumi, allegedly. Because the only person I know he's so bold to talk to all these people is Christopher. Because he came out the other time, he talked something about this man. They don't understand what you guys are doing from that place. We don't understand why you guys still permit Gumi to be going to TV station to speak when you people know him already. I don't even know the type of TV this thing that is inviting this man. Although this man now, I haven't seen him in the south before, and he cannot come because if he tries it, the way they hate this man there, they won't allow him to leave. They hate him just because he's somebody where they say he doesn't like any good thing, speak anyhow he likes, and nobody can question him. If they decide to come and even take me that is talking about him now, I won't be surprised because I know where we are. I know the government that we are under. So they may even decide to come and pick that is even talking about this Gumi rather than taking Gumi that is sponsoring this. Because we know this government and we know how Nigeria is. Not only this government, every government that has linked themselves with people like Gumi. We know the type of people they are because even Buhari did the same thing here. We knew how he was, supporting these people, saying all things that they cannot, take these people that are attacking people away. Now, to Tinubu, although I know Tinubu is a leader and elder that doesn't want anything they can, lead to another thing. Maybe that is why he is trying to bet the Nigerians are facing a lot. So you trying to do those things to just, protect this man's name, and you already know that this man is so very, very bad to the extent that the US already known him. Is something that you should not even, tolerate with this man again. But we have been seeing how you and this man is still mingling. You and this man is still, sharing food together. We have seen where this man is sitting on their chair, discussing with your only son that you have. That is to show how you guys have, planned this thing before it already happened today. So we don't have any lot of thing to say because we are tired. You are tired for these people. That is all we can see today. And if you have anything to let us know, just drop it below. Thank you.